Let me have a look. All right. For some reason, it's not having that live up there. Everyone else can see me coming on. So everyone that's jumped on, Alana and all the team and everyone else, just give me the thumbs up. Okay, cool. So that should be, we should be rocking all that out. All right. Hey, that's what happened to mine. Yeah, so everyone should be on live. We should be rocking this out because for some reason it's not on my it's not playing on my computer. So let's go ahead. It is still working. Fantastic. That's the thing. It's live. Live is live. So I created the social identity experience through what I've been discovering from my journey of self-discovery and self-realization is that we need to master the identity and the character that we need to come. And obviously there's thought patterns that go into that. There's beliefs, there's actions that you need to take to be able to participate. So there's a lot of people that, you know, if you want to be an athlete, then you need not to train like an athlete, you need the mindset of an athlete. Also, you need to understand that if you want to be someone of wealth, you can't be waking up and understand that what's been happening is the scarcity mindset. You need to be able to have that mindset of someone that is understanding what wealth means to them. Yeah. So what I'm going to be creating at this 2-day workshop is teaching people to give them an understanding of a similarity of what we're going to be taking out of our retreats, which is a 6-day transformational identity creation. More importantly, what we are teaching people is the understanding of not what I feel, but to give them the energy and the place to step into and to become what they need to become, the identity for them to participate and get their goals easy and effortless. Yeah? And where this happens, there is a chain reaction and a chain of command. So through my 7 or 8 years of self-discovery, that I have brought in a lot of different teachings through NLP, which is obviously neuro-linguistics programming, the advancement of the mind to achieve a desired outcome, matrix energetics, we talk about advanced leadership, money mindset, relationship healing, matrix downloading, matrix imprinting. So there's a lot of stuff that we've brought together, advanced communication, human intelligence, then it talks about emotional intelligence. So a lot of stuff that I'm going to be teaching you all that we allow the space for you to step into, and then you will get a taste of the identity that you need to become for you to achieve your goals. So this is what happens. So you know there's a process and there's a journey of everything that we do. But if you're not knowing the identity to step into, if you're not knowing the mindset, if you're not knowing the characteristics, but more importantly, the routine that saves lives every day, where people want to see and experience a world out here, but because they don't change their programming, their computer, life is always hard. It always seems a struggle. It always seems that they're going in circles. You know, you take 2 steps forward, something happens, you don't have the right programming, and you end up taking 50 back. Yeah? And I know this from my own experience. So what I teach and what I'll be teaching at this 2-day workshop is really going to give people, it's an open space of learning, recommendations, and it's a place where people can come and self-discover themselves through applications of identity. We're going to be doing a lot of, when I talk about visualization, it's a lot more. Visualization does not give it any, doesn't give it any justice. We're teaching people how to be able to get a taste of the identity which they need to require for them to achieve their goal easy and effortlessly. So even through people that are in my team, that you see where they're going and they're nowhere near the identity or the person or the character or the routine that they need to be participating on a daily basis for them to achieve their goals. And for them to take it any other way, it's just ego, or it's just basically, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, you know, people that want to do it their own way. If you've been doing it long enough and you've got the results, then fantastic. But I don't understand why people in the world, they want to go and take something on and they don't know nothing about that, and life will teach them a hard lesson. And unfortunately, that's only when people learn. But sometimes we don't have a second chance. Sometimes we lose time. Sometimes we lose a partner. Sometimes we lose money, and you do not need to learn like that. Lessons do not need to be hard, people. Okay, so why I've created this this workshop that's going to be held this weekend, a workshop on, again, it doesn't give it justice. I'm just giving you a logical explanation of what this is going to be. We're going to be holding an energy grid transformational space that by the time you come in there, we're going to occupy your old conditioning, we're going to occupy your self-sabotage, we're going to occupy your limiting beliefs, so that inner king, that inner queen, that beast, that beauty, that energy that you know that keeps you fighting, keeps you moving on every day, is going to have a chance to shine. Because yes, it's going to be a safe environment, but not comfortable, yeah? And what that means, you're in a safe place where people, myself, that we've been doing this for a long time, we know how to get the results with tens of thousands of people. And the way we teach, it is a subline. It's a base, it's basically a universal subline. What that means is a universal law that it doesn't matter what age, what you've been through, what sex, if you're human, if you're alien, whatever it is, that you're going into a place where you do not need to lose yourself, you discover yourself, and what we teach, it's not just taking the role play out, we're going to be leading you into the life that you desire, which you are going to program, you're going to role play, you're going to feel it, you're going to see it, you're going to hear it, and you're going to know that, okay, I can do this. Okay, I've got a bit of a process to go, but I can do that. So in everything that you want to achieve, we're going to be scrubbing the old, we're going to be scrubbing the old programming, so that sets you free, that you can stand into, and as we call it on the retreat, it's the rebirth of you standing into your new identity, yeah, your true identity. Because people get caught up just doing a job, people get caught up just being parents, people get caught up just doing everything but themselves, yeah? They lose themselves, they put on weight, they don't have that self-respect, they lose their identity, so-called confidence, and that happens in so many situations and so many people that I know. It's really sad. You know, people that I've grown up with that will be coming on the weekend, people that have just came, that I've just met over the last few days, they're all going through the same process, that they've lost themselves through relationships, through, basically playing roles in their life. It hasn't served them. Look, don't get me wrong. We need to do the mundane. You need to do things that aren't going to obviously always be adding to your growth, but it's the balance to have that time off, to understand that you deserve for you to look after yourself and program your mind. So when you start the day, you're in a protected mindset. You basically go on cruise control, but for the right reasons. You program your mind, you're in a protected state, you visualize your goals, you're seeing the life that you desire and you deserve, and you tattoo all that throughout your brain. And without you knowing, you become unconscious competence to what you desire. So what that means is you become great at what you want without thinking about it. That's the secret of super successful people, yeah? I have studied, I have interviewed a lot of the great minds, a lot of the great hearts, a lot of the great whatever, and these people do easy and effortless because they program their mind, they believe, they put out the intention, they take the required action, and that's where they go, yeah? So you know that. So let's think of an athlete, yeah? An athlete, what is predominantly on their mind? Training, if they're playing whatever particular sport it is, that's predominantly on their mind, because an athlete is an athlete. Yeah, yes, they have their other parts of their life, but an athlete would constantly be thinking about the workout, the diet, if they're playing that particular sport, what they're doing, and that's their life. It's not the other way around. The athleticism and that doesn't fit in their life, that is their life, and that's what they become. Let's talk about someone that's very wealthy. Wealth comes easy and effortless to the wealthy mindset and the abundant mindset, because it's not like you're doing work, it is play. When you can separate play, which feels good, where there's belief, there's flow, from work, where it's stagnant, there's no belief, self-sabotage, limiting beliefs. Do you get where I'm getting at, yeah? So that's the difference. So what I just want you to all think about, where are you successful in your life right now compared to where you're not? I just want you to think about that for a moment. Where are you successful in your life right now, or where aren't you successful? Then I want you to think about the thought patterns, the activities, or your programming, yeah? So your programming, your thoughts, your feelings, your beliefs, equaling the action, and then your desired outcome. So as you guys will be getting a taste for at this two-day awakening, I'm not going to call workshop because a workshop doesn't give it justice. Your programming is everything. And we're going to be teaching you what the identity of the programming and how to program your mind easy and effortlessly that applies to you, because everyone is different, that you're going to have the right programming, then that's going to lead to the right thoughts, empowering thoughts, that is going to make you feel amazing, feel what you need to feel for you to have the right beliefs. And when you have the right beliefs, to take empowered, efficient action for you to achieve your desired outcomes, yeah? And we're going to teach you how to change words like goals. Goals is just something that we put on, but there's 60% of us, we don't even believe that these goals exist. Yeah, oh, sorry, that we're going to even get them. Oh, let's just put it up there, that's good. You know, I'll tell my coach or I'll tell myself that here's my goals up there. So these are the things that you need to understand with that. That when you can program your mind efficiently and effortlessly, that you will only take a small amount of action or energy that you need to be putting out, because you truly believe and you know what you're doing. So I'll give you an example. You know, if you're learning a sport or learning, martial arts, or learning how to mark the ball, kick a football, drive a car, you know that you burn a lot of energy out because you haven't done it before and your mind's catching up and you get nervous, yeah? If this is the thing where successful people have mastered, that they program their mind. So yes, at the start they might feel that they might need to exert a lot of energy. They might need to put out a lot of energy, so to speak. But what happens is people wake up without setting the GPS, without programming their computer, without tattooing their desired outcomes, without creating the right feelings that's going to give them the right beliefs, that's going to take the right actions. They will get up and they're in autopilot, but with self-sabotaging, limiting beliefs, so many wrong decisions, and that's their programming, the way they start the day. Then to top that off, people, you have external challenges. You have so many other things that are going to be coming up to you that is going to be challenging, that are going to be distracting you from where you need to go. It's going to be deprogramming your success. And that happens on a daily basis, that you have people that don't value you, road rage, you have, a client that's whatever. Yes, you might have some wins throughout the day, but the world is set up to take you away from where you need to be. And there are so many distractions that it's going to hold you and basically you set you up for failure. Yeah. And if you don't understand that the identity that you need to be in, how you need to be in control of your emotions, how you need to be always aware of your feelings, that's going to give you the beliefs. The beliefs will come through routine and habitual habit. The more you can do it, the better it feels. Yes, I can do this. The beliefs will get stronger. And when the beliefs get stronger, that's when you will take the required action. People put the intention out. I want this, I want that, but then they don't have the feelings, beliefs, or the required action for them to chase this, or for them to participate in the activity for them to achieve their goal. So that is a little bit of the taste of what we're going to be teaching you. Another thing of what we're going to do is we're going to teach you over this 2-day workshop of how to understand that what you predominantly focus on, and when you become mentally selfish in the right way to fill your mind up with what you desire, with building the feeling up, because the more you feel it, the more you'll be magnetized towards your goals. But more importantly, when you close your eyes, you're not just basically making it up, but you're role playing, stepping into that identity, and then you're knowing, you're tasting, you're feeling, and you're understanding that, you know what, this is possible. When you know that this is possible, your belief goes through the roof, and then you will take the action on a daily basis that will set you free, and your standards will be up high. And as I say, your standards will make you fly. Standards high to make you fly. There are all different sub-melodies of what we're going to be teaching. So it's a 2-day awakening. So what we start off with, we get a feeling and an understanding from where people are at. There's a lot of my clients, there's people that I've grown up with, there's going to be a lot of strangers as well. The 2 days is going to give me an understanding where people are at. I've interviewed most people that are coming through. There's men, ladies, a couple aliens that are going to be popping around. And we're really going to be teaching in a way that everyone fits into this, yeah? And you fit into the process. And how I know this is the first thing we're going to be understanding is we're going to be unlearning. You're going to learn to unlearn the bullshit that's been clogging your eyes, clogging your ears and clogging your soul, that now you're going to be able to see clearer, you're going to be able to hear clearer, you're going to be able to taste, and you're going to be able to feel a lot more without you believing. Because what's happened is, throughout the years, your brain, your consciousness, your belief system is like a dirty sponge. And through these 2 days, and as we do on the retreats, and you got 6 days, so imagine that 6 days, Bali, and we'll get into that later, that obviously it's a completely different process as well. So these 2 days is called, the first day is called the remembering. We're going to put you into a process and a timeline of healing for you to remember how powerful, how deserving, and how able you always have been. Yeah? So the first day is obviously on the 22nd this week, and everyone that's going to be going there, you know, it's an amazing bunch of people. I'll have to obviously be very selective of who I want. The first day we're going to be starting at, so I'll give you an understanding. The 22nd, we'll be starting at 8 a.m. You really want to be there by about 7:30. So that's the 22nd. The first day is going to be called the remembering, yeah? So get down there, make sure that we're going to supply pens and paper. There's going to be, you know, coffee and the rest of that. You know, that's not really important. But you really want to be there, you really want to be there early. You want to be open and you want to play full out, yeah? And what full out means is that I'm giving you a lot of pre-frames now. I know not everyone's not going to be on here, but if you are, you've got an advantage. That I just want you to get uncomfortable. Things that you wouldn't do, you want to do, yeah? You want to be just playing full out, that you're operating at your full ability to be allowing the energy, allowing yourself to step into that identity that you know that you've been, but you haven't had the leadership or you haven't had the guidance to break through the shell, break through these limiting beliefs, so then you can step into that power, yeah? That's going to be absolutely amazing for you guys, that through life, because there is no pain initially, we feel like we are growing, we feel like we're moving forward. But what you don't understand is you are so far behind where your potential is, that if I said to you, you set up, because routine save lives, yeah? Routine save lives. If you can set up this understanding of where you're at, you might think that your life is going good now, but I will bet every cell in my body and every inch of blood in my body that when you're applying yourself how I've been taught, your life, your family's life, your manifestation, your happiness is going to be times by 10, and you're going to be going, why didn't I learn this 20 years ago? And guess who said that? Me. Because in life, when there's no initial pain, when there's no initial motivation, oh yeah, life's okay, yeah, we're going through, you know, it's pretty good. But once you understand the mindset, once you start to understand your own ability, once you understand that you need to break and look out and think outside the box, that's, there you go, Eleni, I can feel that, brother. You know, like, she understands that, you know. I remember when she was sitting exactly where you're at before she come to the retreats, and it's a guessing game. Am I going to get a result? But she knows that, you know, people know that. You know you're going to get a result, because if you just go there, have no judgment, be vulnerable, play full out, you're in safe hands, because if people know me where I've come from and where I'm at today, they will see, fuck, if Lee can do it, then we all can do it, yeah? And that's how I want you to be. I love to teach through my lessons, through my mistakes, where I've been, and to be very vulnerable and modest, and where I'm at today and where I'm going, that you all can do it too, yeah? And that's all I ask you to. I ask you to get your asses down there at the workshop. You know where to get your tickets from. Get yourself there. If you're saying, look, I'm in a situation, send me an inbox, we'll work something out. But what it's about, people, is for you to, if you say, am I going to do it, but to give it a go. Not just to give it a go, because some people have said that, oh, give it a go. No, to come, and you will know that you're going to get an amazing breakthrough for just 2 days. the reason why it's for 2 days, because the understanding of having, and I'll let you know something. So at the retreats, the VIP is 6 days, yeah? And the normal people that come through with the, with the normal flatline, it's 5 days. But what I want to tell you, the retreats are completely different than what we're creating here. Here, you're in a beautiful room, but there's a roof and there's 4 walls, okay? So let's be honest about that. But at the retreats in Bali, you are ripping and uprooting yourself from your home, and you are taking yourself to another country. That alone, my friends, is 50% already transformational of you saying, hey, I want to change. Then we make it easy for you. You stay at a 5-star villa. It is an amazing, like we've had it in Samanyak, we've had it in Canggu. The last retreat was in Ubud, which is the most manifestational places in the world. You're in a jungle. The villa's absolutely amazing. So I could hear a fire alarm. And so what we do is you learn. It's called the Transformational Temple. And then what we do is we take you to the identity playground where you are going to learn. Because I want to, this is what's different, yeah? Some people said to me, they go, Lee, what separates you and your team from anyone else? And I'm going to tell you right here. Firstly, it's me as an individual and my team as individuals. What we've been through and who we are, no one else can be that. But the way I've learned is that you can sit there, you can learn, you can write, and through your limiting belief and for you not being an expert, what is going to be happening to understand is that you need to be very, very mindful, and you need to understand that how you learn and how you participate is going to be, and this is, I want it to make sense. We've got that fire alarm going off. That the way you need to participate, let me just close this door, guys, give me a second. The joys of being live. No, there's a fire alarm going off outside. It's all right, it's not my building. So when you learn, you are still not an expert, yeah? You're taking the information in, your structure of reality, your filter might not be serving you to your best ability for you to get the greatest result. That's why the normal learning convention, like if you go to a seminar and learn, there's not accountability, they leave it up to you. But people that are coming through, how they've been learning, how they've been applying themselves, hasn't suited them or hasn't served them best. Because otherwise they would have the results. Do you get this? So what I enable my people to do is taking the information, leading them into an empowerment state. We call it success priming. You're visualizing, you're getting the body ready, you're getting the energy. It's a bit of a dance. We have the music. I'm giving you direct embedded commands, talking to your subconscious, that you're seeing what you just learned, you're feeling it, you're knowing it, and you're becoming it. And the more you can do that dance, and the more we'll be doing it through this workshop, it will embed, it starts to tattoo into your brain, and then without you even knowing, within 1 day, there is change. You're acting differently, you're seeing things differently, you're hearing things differently, your heart is receiving things differently in 1 day. But what happens is, there's a lot of information around, yeah? And if people are just writing the information down and sitting there, they could be worrying about, I'm hungry. They could be worrying about, look at that person. You know what I'm saying? That limiting belief, that plaque, all that structure could stopping you and distracting you from the information, because I could be talking to you. You could be feeling that you're tired. It could be going in one ear out the other. And unfortunately, that's how people present themselves, that's how people apply, because it's the application of information that is absolutely everything. What does Delaney say? The ongoing support, the accountability and playing full out, being open, free to charge, and that's exactly free to change. Creating the only transformational space made from proven results. There you go. These are the people that have been through it, guys. I don't put any words in their mouth. I can hear the fire alarm. Hope it doesn't go off in here, because you're going to hear it. It gets pretty loud. So this is what happens. I see a lot of people functioning way below their ability, yeah? So the 2 days, and this is why we've brought it to Melbourne, because there are a lot of people that I'm seeing in Melbourne that are still in a lot of pain, that are lost, that their self-worth, their self-love is nowhere to be seen. And what I say, guys, drop your ego, drop it, get yourself over there, and then at the end of the 2 days, you're going to be giving me a high five and say thank you, yeah? If not, that's not going to even happen. And the reason why I know that's not going to happen, because what we teach, there has been not one person that has not got a result. Where people have not got a result is when they go back to their environment, they go back and they feel like, oh, I'll do it my way, I'll take shortcuts, I'll treat it like a hobby, I only do it when I feel like it because I went to the retreat, my life's supposed to be changed, and that's where they make the mistake, that's where they're resistant. And if you're a part of the team and you want to play in the first, you need to train with the first, you need to keep your skills up. Our standards are always going to high. Our standards are always going to fly, and then that's what happens. I'm going to say, hey guys, you're letting yourself down. We're going to go, and that's where people can't keep up, and then they're going to go, this is not for me, yeah? And then you see them, what they do, and they're basically doing nothing. And it's sad because, that's the same as my coaches as well. That I know that my coach, I didn't keep it up. This was years ago. He sacked me. My own coach sacked me. He goes, mate, the way we are going to, the path that we're going down, we're not going to get the result. And he said, I have to be honest with you. I don't want to just take your money. I don't need your money. I want to see you succeed. Yeah, you've got a lot of confidence. I mean, he says the word confidence. I don't like to use the word confidence. You've got a lot of conviction. You've got a lot of ability, and you're just doing it the wrong way. I can't hold a gun to your head. I'm not going to argue with you and say, well, why aren't we doing it this way? If you want to do it your way, you've got 4 years, I've got 40 years. You've got some results, I've got incredible results. So why would you even argue and do it another way? And I'm experiencing that with some people now. Why would you take your time out and do that when you feel like it's okay from the environment? You feel like you're taking the right time out, but what you're actually doing without even knowing, you are self-sabotaging your growth times 10. Because this is all for you. This 2-day workshop, people, is for you. It's not for me, it's not for my team, it's all for you to step into. And if you make any decision but to come there and be judgmental, but to come there and do nothing or not even go, that is going to be, and you realize this if you come, you'll go, oh my God, imagine if I didn't. And I 100% guarantee that. If when you come and I ask you at the end, imagine if you didn't come, you would have gone, fuck, now I know what you're talking about. And only to then will you truly believe me. Okay? So the first day of remembering and understanding that, you're going to be going the second day on the Sunday on the 23rd, is going to be discovering your true, authentic identity. And that's not the identity that I create, who I think or someone else thinks or whoever your partner thinks it should be. It's who you know, who you truly are, but you've lost yourself along the way. You've lost yourself because you've developed values that haven't served you. You develop beliefs that don't serve you as well. And along the way through life, you've started to really be distracted, and you've actually lost your power and you've lost who you are. And that happens to us all because we could have the wrong surroundings, the wrong environment. We could have really bad routines, language, thought patterns, and before you know it, you've just lost your way and you dug a hole and you're like, fuck, where am I? And the only time, and this is what I want you to prevent, and this is what I want to prevent, is not you being motivated in pain. That is my worst nightmare. There are too many people that are getting motivated in pain. When shit hits the fan, people lead them, they get taught a really bad lesson, they get diagnosed with something, they're forced to change, and that's to be honest, guys, that's not a leader. When you are doing that, you're creating more followers that people are forced to change. Creating leaders is people that want to change, yeah? And I'm going to say that again. People that are forced to change will become followers. People that are wanting to change because they will become leaders. People that want to change become leaders. People that are forced will remain followers. Yeah? Or even if they don't follow, that's the thing. You can't hold, I always say, lead a human to information, but you can't make them think. Yeah? Lead a horse to water, you can't make it drink. So the 2 days is going to be massive because I've had a lot of people today come up to me and say, at the gym, obviously through Facebook as well, when I say come up, they send me messages and they're like, Lee, I'm banging my head against a wall. I'm living in this hell. Life's hard. I don't know what I'm doing. I go, okay, cool. So people that already been in the program, are you following the steps? Are you doing the routines? Are you doing it? No, because of this, and I took that off, and I'm like, then how do you expect to change? By you making it up? Do you have the results? No. Do you have the experience? No. Then why would you do that? It's like saying to, Colin McGregor, yeah? He shows you how to fight, or whoever, Mike Tyson, and then you go in the ring and you go, nah, you know what? I don't want to hold my hand up because I'll guard when I want to guard, yeah? And life comes and goes, woof, woof, and knocks you flat. But because you wanted to make it up, you wanted to take shortcuts, you wanted to do things when you want to do it. So people, what I will say, I want to qualify you and disqualify you at the same time. I want to qualify you for the coming in this environment. If you want to play 100% full out, I want to qualify you if you want to come with no judgment and just say, I want to change. I want to qualify you if you say enough's enough and I want, I'm sick and tired of going in circles. I'm sick and tired of just getting enough. I'm sick and tired of doing the mundane. There you go, Anthony Mundine. But that's how I want to qualify you. I also want to qualify you coming into an environment and don't just do enough, go beyond, yeah? And then what I teach you over these 2 days, and 2 days is only a tiny taste test of what we're going to give you all. But over these 2 days, what I challenge you and how I want to qualify you to be in my environment, it is to practice, to master, condition what I've learned and told you what worked. Because not everything not everything's going to make a match for you. Some will, and that's what I say, the things that don't make a match, disregard them. What is my sister said? So blessed, Lee, I owe you, brother. You gave me the tools and support of greatness instead of losing my mind like I used to. No, I get up quicker, so blessed to have you part of the movement. And thank you for being part of it. To have your support, Eleni, as well, to see you shine. Because one thing I want to let everyone know, this is a little bit off track. So what I do, it's an energy exchange. To have people like that, like Maddie, like her, like Fida, like everyone else that's been really upholding them, it really gives me hope. It really gives me that energy to be a better leader, to be a better man, to be a better, to be a better role model, to be a better mentor. Because having people like that, I don't need to say, well, I know what I'm doing because I'm getting the results. But to get that connection, that's what it's about. Because someone has said, you know what? I need help. I'm stepping into this. I want to help other people. And it's leaders creating leaders to lead others. So that's what I say to you all. That there is always room for improvement. Because I remember I got some messages from some people. They said, well, look, I do a lot of self-development. I'm fine. And I went, whoa. When is the negative ego coming in here? Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like some people go, oh, it's not for me. I'm like, how could you say it's not for you even you haven't even been a part of it? Yeah? I knew when I said that, when I was arrogant, I was insecure, and I let my ego just destroy me. Do you think I had the results? No. Do you think I struggled in life? Yes. Do you think that a lot of bad shit used to come my way? Of course it did. And that's what I don't understand with people is because instead of judging the book, instead of judging, oh, but this and this is how can that, how they're going to get me a result, is putting yourself in the environment and actually believing in yourself. Because when people want to blame someone else, the way they look, or they're not going to get me the results, or the tonality, or their spelling mistakes in the post, that's actually the person using an external or an exterior excuse for them not to change. All right, who else can I blame? Well, I'll blame Liam because he's a big meathead, and how is he going to know? And he puts spelling mistakes in his post, and look at his writing, and no. I'll say that, and that's going to keep me out of it. That's what some people do. Some people know they're doing it. Some people don't even know. But I remember in my life where I had resistance, that I would blame everyone else instead of looking at myself and say, hold on a minute. Why don't I jump? Why don't I take this opportunity? And I used to say to people like, why do I need to do that? Oh, this is a cult. I don't need to do self-development. I can read books. I can, YouTube, and I can do all that. That's going to give you some knowledge, but where the key is, where people are missing it. And I'll put it from here, everyone can see from here. Where the key is, where you're going to be jumping from here and getting across, but there's a big gap there, yeah? Where the key is, and where that's going to get you from A to B, people get stuck here because they do it on their own. People get stuck there because they want to do it on their own. And that's me writing, don't worry about my writing. But what happens is, it's the application. It's how you get this information, and it's the application. Application from information. You get stopped there because you want to do it on your own, and you're going to fall down, yeah? You're going to get from where you want to be, from A to B, and as we used to say, from ass to beast, but obviously that's another joke, but we're going to come from there. You get the application is by getting a coach or mentor or someone that's walked the path. This is where my life took a drastic change, that people can, hey, I can get this from the internet, I can get it from a book, I can get it from wherever. That's fantastic, but do you know, so you know what happens? It's like this, yeah? You've seen these people. They watch a couple UFC fights, they watch a couple, maybe home thing, and they think they're a fighter, yeah? And you see it. I've been down to a dojo, and I won't say where it is, and these people come in, and you know how they even do it because they actually replicated something they watched on TV. And you see them like making it up, but then the guy goes, okay, cool, so what experience have you got? And this guy actually said, oh, I've been watching UFC for 2 years, and I've been doing these home studies. And the teacher goes, okay, cool, so, geez, you must be pretty good then. He goes, yeah, of course. So the teacher goes, all right, go into the ring, and he puts him in with one of the best fighters. And he goes, cool, so you feel pretty confident? He goes, of course, I've watched all these movies, I've been watching YouTube, Bruce Lee documentaries and stuff. He goes, oh, cool, so brilliant, can you teach us? And this guy was serious. He goes, okay. So the guy goes in, and you see him, he's doing a little Bruce Lee like that, and this other fighter's there, and he's just shaping up to him, and the guy comes up like that, and he just goes, boom, knockout. And this is a true story, a complete knockout. The thing is, it's the application of information. Do you know what I'm saying? It's how you've been taught how to remember what you've learnt the right way, because people feel like they're going on. I'll even tell you a story of some of my personal clients. Very successful people. Hey, I've done this before, and I've learned this, and I've read this book, and I've done that. And they're going like that really quick. Oh yeah, burning out. Look, I'm going like this. I'm getting burnt out, strangling people to come into their environment. They're talking really aggressive. This and that. Oh, mate, they're about to have a fucking mental breakdown. I mean, hold on a minute. I thought you've done self-development. I thought you've read all these books. Oh, but what's happening? Activity doesn't mean results. It's efficient activity, easy and effortless. That's the journey that's going to get you there. So people feel like activity. That doesn't mean that you're getting the result by doing activity. It's called mindless task. Instead of creating the correct moments and experiences, these people are sprinting, burning out, and they get tired. Then what happens? The efficient person walks past, how you going? Takes their time, but gets it right. There's a lot of people that are doing stuff, failing, learning. Do you know what I'm saying? Failing. Instead of doing that, do it the efficient way, not getting knocked out, being able to learn how to move, how to duck, how to block in life, and then when you've got the time, boom, get your own back and get the result, get the win. This is where people are failing, because you want to do the poor man's education, which I did all those years ago. YouTube, books, what could I get for free, find on the internet. It's great to have knowledge. There is information everywhere. Where we go wrong is how we apply it. It's unresourceful information. So what I teach at these workshops and what I've been teaching at my retreats is not just how you learn, it's how you become. It's not how you just learn. Exactly, Matty. It's like running on a treadmill, running and not going nowhere. That's not what you learn. It's how you become it. So through the 2 days, through the 6 days at the retreat, you will be constantly role-playing, believing, building up that much emotional connection that your visualization is tattooed on your brain, that you don't need to look for the results. You become it. And do you know what I'm saying? And I'll be honest with you, where people are struggling when they come back from the retreats is they aren't becoming what they have learned. You become it every day by seeing it, believing it, doing the stuff that I've taught them, putting it there, reading it, visualizing it, pressing the pause button. And that's where people, after the retreats, and I'll be honest with you, they're not becoming what they've learned, or they're not becoming what they desire. They've gone back to do the mundane. They've gone back to do everything which they didn't, because they aren't doing the little things every day. They aren't the identity, and that's why this is called... They aren't the identity, what they need to be for them to achieve their desired outcomes. Because, you know what, a lot of people have told me that they don't have self-love, that are coming to this. They've lost their way. That's okay, but what I'll say to you, then now we begin to be that, and to learn it, not just by talking about it. Talking about it won't get us anywhere. What I'm going to be teaching these men and ladies is understanding self-love starts from a decision. Do you love yourself? Make a decision now to love yourself. I make a decision now to love myself, yeah? Where people go wrong is 5 minutes, 10 minutes, half an hour, they make a decision to not love themselves. So it's learning to not have to make a decision that you love yourself, because you tattoo that on your brain. Do you know what I mean? And that's what it's about. You tattoo this being, you tattoo this opportunity, you tattoo this identity that you become this, and then you don't need to look for that. So you know, like a fighter, or like someone's going to throw you a punch, you're like, oh, what do I need to do? A fighter doesn't have to think, yeah? They duck, they move, they block, and that's how they understand it. You become that. And in life, it's exactly the same. I'm talking about fighters. Natalie, she's a champion lady kickboxer. Thank you for the opportunity. Looking forward to working through some major content with you, being open to learning. There you go. That's the start. Making massive change happen for myself. Letting it flow. Awesome. And I can't see the rest of that. And only lets a little bit in, but thank you, Natalie. It was an awesome conversation that we had. And that's what we're going to be doing. You know, you need to be open, you need to be vulnerable, and there's going to be, and you know what I always say, there are going to be things that you're going to be really magnetized to, and there'll be some that you aren't. That's okay, because your structure of reality, your world map, you know, your structure of your internal resemblance and your inner being, that I'm going to be teaching, and I'm going to be pushing people that way, so they go that way. That will resonate with some, resonate with you know, not with the others. But everything will be taught on a plane. Everything will be taught on a universal baseline. What that means is we're going to be giving you a participation, and it's how you participate is up to you. And that's through becoming what we teach you, by giving you your own energy to step into and break through. Yeah? Giving you the know-how, how to efficiently understand your brain. Yeah? Understand how it works instead of using it. Because if you don't understand it, how can you use it? True? And then it's not you knowing that becoming who you need to become, and when you experience it and when you feel it, that's when only you will start to believe. So you will have, like they call it popcorn, they call it mind orgasms. They go, oh, fuck, that makes sense. And only then, when you get that belief, that you will go, okay, I'm getting this, I'm getting the identity. And guess what? We all know where we've been successful in our lives. We all know where we haven't. What you're going to be understanding after these 2 days, and that's why for the brain to have sustainable change, what we do over these 2 days, we will be causing your neuroplasticity, so your neural pathways, to have that sustainable change, yeah? You'll have that change to understand that when you go back into the real world, you will act differently. And then your convincer strategy will go, I'm learning. I understand now. This is working. Your belief, you'll take more action, you'll get a greater result. More belief, take more action, get a greater result. And we're going to teach you to be aware of that. So if you're aware of that, you'll be motivated to take more action, yeah? And you'll know and start to believe that you are growing. But what we're going to be doing, people, as well, we're going to be removing a lot and disconnecting a lot from the past. We're going to be disconnected because guess what? People want to live in the now, but they are still connected, holding on to the past. And they're still looking that way. Because they talk about it, and that's on the predominant on their mind. Oh, about this and that partner and all that. But then they want to change, and they've got this massive tug of war inside of them. I want to change, but I can't. And and that's the thing. If you've got people that are reminding you of the past or pulling you in the past, then you need to really disassociate and get yourself out of that environment. You need people that are giving you hope, that are going to keep you moving forward, so you can grow and you can be that man, you can be that queen, you can be the king, or whatever you can understand by moving into that. But if you've got people that are going to be energy vampires, that are negative, that aren't going to be on your vibration, then how are you going to understand that you're going to be able to move forward? You're not. Yeah, you're not going to understand. You won't be able to move forward because you're too stuck in your own ways, and you're too stuck in the past that you won't be able to move forward. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Yeah, just let me have a look at the time. Cool. So, what I want you all to really be mindful about as well, that these 2 days, what I say to you, you'll be kicking yourself if you don't come. Trust me. And I'm going to hold the people that are coming. What we're going to say at the end of it, I'm going to be honest, I'm going to go, if you didn't come, how would you feel? And this has happened after 23 retreats, after working with people for 7 years. They all said, Lee, if I didn't come and I understand what I know now, because yes, you know what, I had confidence in you, I have confidence in me, blah, blah, blah. But to really experience this, to feel it, it's taking everything to the next level and above. Yeah? And why it's called the social identity experience, it is that we're obviously getting people from the social aspect, but we want to start to change at a social base. And what that means is that people that are coming through, there's strangers that are coming through. There's people that have been working with me for years. There's people that have been just started. There's people that don't even know me. But what that's going to happen now, everybody is still going to get the same result, because you have this space where people can come in with their belief system, which we're going to make your belief system through the roof. We're going to create the values that you need to understand what fires you off, what keeps you successful, and what keeps you moving forward. So that's what I say, people. You can keep struggling, you can keep making it up, or you can keep functioning anywhere below your true potential, because at the moment there's not much pain, so I don't need to go. But when there is pain, you go, I need help. Stop that. So what I say to you all, there's people that are flying in from around the States. There's actually people flying in international to be here. And this is the thing I'm going to leave you with as well. 2 days in Melbourne is going to give you a massive retreat. But what I just want to leave you with, 6 days in Bali, in the spiritual understanding that it's one of the most manifestational places in the world. That's why we do it there. That the results that we've been getting after 23 retreats have been nothing but exceptional, yeah? What did the lady go? Everyone needs to experience this. And that's it, and she knows that. The biggest challenge, what I say, is when people come back from the retreats and they go back to the environment. It's when people, after these 2 days, is what you do after those 2 days. We've got an amazing environment where people are going to be held accountable. We've got a private team as well, where people that will be coming to the workshop will be put there, where we're going to be showing you daily routines to keep your routine high, to keep your mind and your identity what you need to be to keep moving forward. So there's accountability, which is everything. And what it comes down to, people, is stepping into that power. Some days are going to be strong, some days are going to be, not, and so on and so forth. But what I always say, what we teach is, you're a river. You need to flow every day. Some days you'll flow high, some days you'll flow low. Some days the current's going to be strong, some days the current isn't. But you need to be flowing every day, because there's going to be obstacles placed in front of you. If you're not flowing, you're going to hit that obstacle, and then there's going to be a build-up, and then one day, boom, yeah? And that's what happens. But if you're flowing, you'll find a way. You'll have that resource. You'll have the positivity. You'll have the energy to find the resources, what you need, the people, the energy, and you will find a way through. But if you're not flowing, and how we flow, people, is that we program our mind. We keep ourselves in a safe state, in the right empowered energy. We keep ourselves we want to put in the coordinates so we have efficient direction where we need to go in our lives. So we're not burning ourselves out. We're not going in circles. We're not going, and we get to our destination easily and effortless. That is another secret to the super successful, and they do things easy and they do it effortless. And guess what? They don't burn that much energy. They don't need to put that much energy out. They get the results and then they can go again and they enjoy the experience. And guess what, people? These 2 days are going to be absolutely fun. We're going to laugh. We're going to cry, we're going to giggle, we're going to scream, and that's how it needs to be. We're going to enjoy the process and it's going to be absolutely fantastic, yeah? So all you people that haven't got your ticket or need a bit of a, assistance to get there, send me an inbox like the other people have. It's going to be absolutely amazing. And after the 2 days, people, you're going to say, thank you, Lee, thank you for your time. This is absolutely amazing. I didn't even know this existed in me. I didn't know this stuff was around. How powerful am I? How able are we? And you're going to be saying that, yeah? And the best thing about it, people, as well, that I want you to get a taste for what we simulate in Bali. So the 6 days is going to be another 4 days, but with 60-foot waterfalls, active volcanoes. You know, we do holy blessings for the, for the waterfall. We go to High Priestess. What else do we do? We go into, we do a lot of releasing and waterworks. It's just crazy, yeah? It's just, the Bali retreats is understanding about really taking 6 days and just stretching it out, and you come back a brand new person, as everyone's just experienced that one that we just passed. And if you want to watch the video for it, people, I'll send you the link. What I want to hold everyone to an account, or I want to hold everyone responsible for, it is that in life, do you want to just exist, or do you want to live a life that you've only just dreamed and imagined? Do you want to just exist, or if you've got kids and you're nowhere near your ability to bring up these kids with the right mindset, with the right thought patterns, then that's a shame on you. Do you know what I mean? If you're wanting to go into the world or bring another into this world, or you've got a family, and if you're nowhere near, if you don't have control over your life, if you don't have that mindset, if you don't have the ability, if you don't have abundance, if you don't have that success strategies, then a shame on you. The reason why I say that, because why are you bringing another into this world when you can't even look after yourself? And honestly, this is something that I've seen. So if you're creating an empire, I even know with me that I want to make sure that I'm up here. If I'm bringing in another child, I can't wait to have a child. And that's why every day, the people that I look after, my beautiful family, my beautiful, my team, that every day I'm looking to get bigger, I'm getting better, getting smarter, getting more efficient, more adaptable to change, because they need me to be that, yeah? Some people are older than me, some people are younger than me. It doesn't matter about the age. I'm going to be leading, so I need to make sure that we're always running. I need to make sure that we've got the right energy. I need to make sure and leading people. But what I'll say is, people, you can't put a gun to people's head. You can lead a human to information, but you can't make them think. What I say is, this is the right way, that is the wrong way. And the reason how I know that is different through my coaches, through the proven results, and that's what we do here at Team Beast Mode International, that everything is from proven results, from where we have, learned a lesson, from where we're going. If you go off that path, it's up to you. You'll find a path to resistance instead of being to the path of least resistance. So people who haven't enrolled, get your backsides over to, and I keep pointing over there because it's over there, the Blackman Hotel in St Kilda Road, the 22nd to the 23rd, this weekend. Get there. If you need to know the details, how to get your tickets, send me an inbox. I'll send them over to you, or my team will. And that's what it's about, yeah? And I had an interesting conversation today that I was talking to someone, and they said, look, Lee, I've done a lot of Tony Robbins, I've done a lot of self-development, I've done a lot. And I said, okay, cool. So how are you going? How's your results? The only thing is that's amazing, the stuff that you do, but when people come back, there's no accountability. And if you don't have accountability, if you haven't got someone always steering you or kicking your butt, you won't do it. You will take the shortcuts. Humans do that. You will look for the easy path. You will look for shortcuts. You will get your ego in the way and go, look, I don't need this. And the guy said to me, oh, Lee, but I produce $3 million a year with what I do. I said, okay, why are you talking to me then? If you think that's successful, if you think that you've got everything down, then why are you talking to me? Because deep down, when you don't let your limitations, you don't let your ego get in the way, you're actually looking for something, yeah? So I said to him, why don't you just trust me and come along? And that's what you're saying. If you're saying you're making, if you think that's successful, which I don't think it's successful, because the money you make doesn't mean you're successful. It has nothing to do with your happiness. But if that's the way you gauge yourself, what about if I told you if you come there, that it goes up to 10, but you're easy and effortless, and you'll be able to create more leaders and you help more people? And he goes, geez, that sounds good. What about if I change your mindset that you don't need to gauge your success on your bank account, but you gauge it on how many people you help, your happiness, and how you have a ripple effect? And he's like, geez, that sounds better, but is that doable? And I said, well, that's how we roll. We roll by success of helping others have the right mindset. The rest comes to help their families, and that's the ripple effect. Leaders creating leaders, my friends, okay? So the social identity experience is creating better humans, creating people to step into the identity, to give them the know-how to set routines up, to focus, recondition, so then they can become the identities who they need to become to achieve their goals easy and effortless. And that's 2 days. If you want to take it to the ultimate polarity correction and identity creation retreats, we've got one in August the 7th, 3 more happening these days. So if that's what you want to do, people, it's completely up to you. So we are going to absolutely keep rocking it. I want to see whoever's there. We've already got, geez, I think we're going to need a bigger room. There's already 30 people that will be coming to this. It's going to be fantastic. I've been waiting a long time to be able to rock this out in Melbourne. If you truly want to, and that's what I say, people, trust me, trust yourself. Let's get together. Let's create the right identity. Let's have fun. Let's have high fives at the end of it. And at the end of it, you'll say, Lee, thank you for holding this, and thank you for creating it. And more importantly, thank you for kicking my ass and staying with me, holding these live streams, messaging me one-on-one, getting me over there, because what you don't know, you don't know. And a lot of people have said that to me. So let's get over there, guys. I'm looking forward to it. Let me help you to become the best version of you. Have an awesome night. As I always say, you could be anywhere around in the world, but you are here listening to me, my team. Thank you, guys. Eleni, Feeder, Matty G, everyone else that's on here. I really appreciate it. And I'm always going to leave you with messages of strength and awaken your soul and heart with the truth. Take care, guys. Have an awesome day. Sending you my healing energy and support, Feeder. And guys, I need to breathe. Have an awesome night. Oh, there you go. Mr. Ryan's always on as well. Thank you, bro. I just saw you pop up there. Take it easy. If you guys haven't, it's time to do it now. What I say, take the opportunity, and then we'll work it out later. Have an awesome night. See you this weekend, the 22nd to the 23rd at the Blackman Hotel in Melbourne. Have a good one.